Hi, it's Jesse from Start Copywriting, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through a 7-day roadmap that you can follow to transform from a beginner into a confident copywriter. So watch this video to discover exactly what to do each day to master copywriting, improve your skills, and get started on your journey to becoming a successful freelance copywriter. So let's get started with day number 1, learning the basics. Learning the basics is important because it's the foundation to your copywriting journey and to your copywriting career. So make sure you don't miss this important step. It's so tempting on social media or watching videos like this to kind of fast forward through or to skip around and watch other videos. But right now, commit to watching this video, to learning all of the steps in this video so that you can be confident in your journey to becoming a copywriter. So again, day number 1 is all about learning the basics. And I have another video on my channel called the free 1-hour copywriting course for beginners. Once you finish watching this video, I recommend watching that video as well because it covers all of the basics about copywriting. It's a great 1-hour free course that you can follow to learn all of the basics. Now, make sure you watch that video all the way through because it's going to give you the fundamentals of copywriting. So that's the important step, learning the basics. Another thing you can do is read the best books on copywriting. And those books are the Adweek Copywriting Handbook by Joseph Sugarman, which is actually the first book I ever read on copywriting, one of my favorite books and recommended by many other copywriters as well. You can also read Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Influence is a phenomenal book. It teaches you the 6 psychological principles of persuasion, which are really effective and I still use to this day when I'm writing copy. And book number 3 is lesser known book, but one that really shaped me as a copywriter, and that's Web Copy That Sells by Maria Veloso. Also an excellent book. You can get all of these books on Amazon or from any good bookstore. I recommend reading those books because they give you a great foundational understanding of what copywriting is and how to write great copy. Day number 2 is to learn the 5 important copywriting skills you need to succeed. So it's important to learn these skills because every great copywriter possesses these skills. The first skill you need is to be a decent writer. You don't have to be the world's best writer, but you need to be a decent writer because that's what clients are paying for, your writing skills. Now, if at this moment you don't feel like you're a decent writer, no worries. You can develop your writing skills over time. My writing skills have transformed enormously, even in the first year as a copywriter, simply by practicing writing. And that's going to be another activity we'll be talking about in just a moment. But the first skill you need to possess is to be a good writer because that's what clients are paying for. And the second skill you need is research skills. You can't skip this important skill because every copywriting project starts with research, which means spending enough time to understand the target audience that you're writing to, right? Who are you writing to? What are their desires and challenges and frustrations? And then, of course, what are you writing about? What is the product or service that you're writing about? Who is the business that you're writing for? You need to understand all of these things before you put pen to paper so that you can really understand who you're writing for. If you skip this important step, then it doesn't matter what you write because it won't be accurate. It won't resonate with your audience. So definitely spend enough time on research at the beginning of the project before you put pen to paper. Skill number 3 is empathy. You need to be able to empathize with your target audience. You need to understand what they're going through. And in your copy, you want to show them that you understand what they're going through, problems or challenges they're going through, because by doing that, they're going to feel understood and you're going to build that rapport in your copy with your audience. So by having empathy, by expressing not only you understand through research what they're going through, by communicating that in your copy, by communicating empathy, it's going to resonate with them on a deep emotional level, and it's going to build that trust that's then needed to make a sale, to persuade them. The number one thing with persuasion is people need to like you. And if they like you, they're much more easier to be persuaded. So empathy is a truly important skill to learn when it comes to copywriting. Skill number 4 is you need to learn how to write persuasively, right? Copywriting is about persuasion in print or salesmanship in print. What that means is writing in a way that persuades someone to believe you, right? To believe that the product or service is great, that it can improve their lives. It's all about persuasion. So you need to learn how to write persuasively. Again, this is something you can learn to do. And maybe in future, I'll make a video about how to write persuasively. But there are, of course, many blogs and articles about how to write copy that is persuasive. So definitely make sure you spend time time learning how to write persuasively. Skill number 5 is versatility. And what that means is you need to be able to be flexible, because different clients want you to write in different writing styles, or they have different tone of voice that they want you to write in. So you need to be able to understand the client's tone of voice and the writing style of that business or client, because you're going to need to communicate in their writing style and their tone of voice. So you need to be a versatile writer. It doesn't just write in one style. You're able to adapt and take on different voices and writing styles so that your client and your audience is happy with what you've written. So being versatile, being flexible is a really important skill to have as a copywriter. Day number 3 is to study successful copywriting examples. If you want to write great copy, it's important to know what great copy looks like. And to do that, you can use the internet and some of the resources I'm about to give you to go out there and study great copywriting examples. So I'd start with the successful examples. And a lot of copywriting books will have examples for you to study, especially in some of the books I recommended already. But you can also use some of these websites to go and find exceptional copywriting examples. Many of these websites will actually add notes and comments, breaking down the examples for you and explaining why they're so successful, which is really important as well. So the first website I recommend is swiped.co. You can use this website to find lots of old school copywriting examples. Some of them have sold millions or even hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. And these examples are great because they not only filter them by industry, but they also filter them by type of copy. And the second website I would check out is reallygoodemails.com. This is a great resource for anyone wanting to learn email copywriting, with tons of great examples by industry and type as well. It's a great resource to study email copywriting examples. And the third thing you can do to find any type of copywriting example is simply go to Google, type in copy type plus examples. For example, landing page examples will bring up lots of websites with blog posts and tons of different examples for you to study. Day number 4 is all about practicing copywriting. So by this stage, if you followed the other days, then you've amassed a lot of knowledge about copywriting. You've read the books, you watched some videos, you studied examples, you've learned a lot about copywriting, right? So your mind should be full with a lot of knowledge about copywriting. You know, the different techniques, the different examples. Now it's time to put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard. And so you can actually practice writing, because it's one thing to know all about copywriting. It's something completely else to actually be able to write copy. And the best way to get good at that is to actually write copy, right? Is you only get good at doing something by doing the thing. So I would love if you could spend 10 to 15 minutes per day practicing writing. Now you might think, I'm a beginner, I don't know what to write yet. That's totally fine. I want to recommend a website called copywritingprompts.com, because on this website, it generates instantly at the click of a button, a brand new copywriting assignment for you. I recommend just using any of the assignments that it generates, even if you don't think it's the best, assignment. Just get started and put pen to paper. Now, when you're writing as a beginner, I want you to avoid the tendency or habit a lot of people have, which is to edit as they write. So they write something in their mind, they think it's not good enough and they delete it. I recommend just write free flowing. Don't try and critique as you write, just write. And then later you can come back and edit what you've written. But for you, it's important, just like a beginner in the gym, to get your reps in, which means to just get started, to just get a lot of exposure, a lot of experience. And the only way to do that is by writing often. So check out copywritingprompts.com to generate some assignments, and then just practice writing 10 to 15 minutes a day, and you'll watch your skills, your confidence increase. Day number 5 is about creating portfolio examples. Now, by this stage, you've learned copywriting, you've practiced writing, you're feeling more confident. It's now time to create your first copywriting example. Now, I've got a video on how to do this. I've got several videos on copywriting portfolio examples, even if you have no clients or no experience yet. But what I recommend for you, just to summarize it, is you want to first decide what type of topic or industry or niche you want to write about. Now, this is easy to do. You can think about what are you already knowledgeable about, passionate about, or have previous experience in. What do you really enjoy writing? Maybe through doing some of the previous exercises, you would have figured out through those prompts what you actually enjoy writing. And you want to then take that and write your first sample. So you can do that by deciding the niche and the topic. You can then look at, any product in the niche that you actually like. Maybe you own products around your house. Let's say I like Apple products like this MacBook Air computer. I could write an email about this, promoting this laptop. I could write a homepage about this. I could write a product description about this. The goal here is not to overcomplicate it and try and create the perfect example. The idea is just to get started. So choose a product or service, something you know about already, something that you like, and then spend some time writing that example. Now, if you decide that you want to write multiple examples, I'd recommend creating 3 to 5 examples to add to your portfolio as a beginner, all for the one niche. So let's say I wanted to write technology and I wanted to write for Apple. I might write, about 3 of their different products. And then I can upload my examples for free into Google Drive. Upload those examples so I can share them with potential clients in the future. Day number 6 is all about getting feedback and editing and improving your work. So at this stage, you've written, hopefully, a few examples. It's now time to share them with other people and get feedback. Now, one tool you can use to get feedback immediately is Hemingway app. It's called Hemingway app because it's based on the famous author, Ernest Hemingway. And this is a free tool that you can use to analyze your writing. So you simply go to the website, hemingwayapp.com. You copy and paste your copy into that browser, into the little text box there, and it will analyze it and give you immediate feedback on how to improve your writing. So it's an incredible tool that you can use to analyze your writing, get instant feedback. Now, beyond using tools like that, I recommend sharing your work with other people, not your friends or family who aren't copywriters or professional writers. I recommend sharing them with other writers. And one way you can do that is by going to my website, startcopywriting.com/copy academy, and consider joining our members-only community where myself and other copywriters hang out, share our work, and give each other feedback, which we then use to improve what we've written. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and check out Copy Academy. We'd love to see you in the members area and give you feedback as well. Now, if that is outside of your budget, you could also join free Facebook groups. There's many copywriting groups out there that you could join, share your work, and get feedback that way as well. Day number 7 is all about getting your first copywriting client. So by this stage, you've learned copywriting, you've learned all the basics, you've read the books, you've watched some videos, you've practiced writing, you've created your portfolio, you're now confident, you've gotten feedback from other people, they've said your copy is good enough. It's now time to go out there and get your first client. How exciting. Now, if you look on the internet, especially YouTube, there's tons of videos all about getting copywriting clients, and it can feel overwhelming with so many different strategies out there. What I recommend as a beginner, and I always recommend in my videos, if you're just getting started, is to contact your network. And that's because people in your network, which might be friends, family members, former colleagues, or even bosses of yours, companies you worked with, these people already know, like, and trust you. And therefore, they're much easier to convince to give you a shot at writing copy for them. So I have other videos about this, but in a nutshell, what you do is you look through your phone or your social media friends, wherever you have all of your contacts, look through them and ask yourself, out of these people, who is an entrepreneur, who is a marketing manager, or who is a business owner that I can contact and offer my services? Simply go through your friends list or your contact list on your phone, and you could either text or send a direct message to these people, say that you're starting a freelance copywriting career, you'd love to write for them, or ask if maybe they could refer someone if they themselves don't need your services. Maybe they could refer someone else to you. Simply draft a message, send it to 10 people, and see what happens. That's a great way to start as a beginner. It's low risk, it's easy to do, and you can start right now. The second thing you can do is to offer to write for businesses or brands for free in exchange for a testimonial, a portfolio example, and potentially future paid work. I did this in the beginning of my career, and it's how I got one of my very first clients. I wrote a sales letter for free for an affiliate training company, and they loved the sales letter that I wrote. They made money from it, and they came back a few months later and asked me to update it and paid me to update that sales page, and that was a really lucrative job. They gave me a great testimonial and then also referred other clients to me. So it was a great opportunity for me as a beginner. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn more ways to get copywriting clients, I actually recommend another one of my videos, which gives 10 different strategies that you can follow as a beginner to get your first copywriting client. You can find that video, should be linked above right now on my screen. You can click that to watch that. It's the next video. And of course, you may consider joining Copy Academy if you'd love to get feedback from other professional copywriters on your work so you can improve your copywriting skills and confidence. A link to Copy Academy is below, or you can simply go to my website, startcopywriting.com/Copy Academy. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.